a match preview later than planned, but this is the game. This is the preview, sorry, for the game against Salford City, which the man is taking place on Saturday in front of the home crowd again. After the disappointment of midweek, the Mariners hope to bounce back and try and do the double over the class of '92 FC. And I'll take you through a bit of the team news that was shared in David Artell's pre-match press conference, and including a few stats as well to get you ready for the game on Saturday afternoon. And what we'll do, we'll start with team news. Seems like there's a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. Artell again was quite coy in his sort of answers. Sven Dawson looks like he might be okay. Doug Tham is still a little bit away, but not too far. He could feature on Saturday, as he was on the bench for Notts County. He said all the injuries aren't on me back, but a few of the major ones. Lewis Cass, I think, is one of the only ones that is out. But I think there could be some hope, because when he was asked about something, he said you'll find out at 3:00 to on the side reporter. So could we be getting a couple of players back? Who knows? And we'll find out about. So we'll find out at 3:00 is the best way to put it. And the team that Artell puts out. He was asked about the Notts County result, and I pretty much agree with him. I think in the he says the data and everything leads to where Grimsby were the better side. I would agree, especially in the first half. I think we were the better side in the first half. We looked more threatening. They just seemed to go with a low block, and when we were trying to get shots off, there was always an orange shirt, or seemed to be an orange shirt in the way. So, it's be interesting how we sort of respond to that, and obviously Salford fading a little bit. They need a win as well on Saturday due to their playoff push is fading slightly, so they need to try and get back on the horse themselves. I think if we can get Sven Dawson back, possibly Tham, and possibly a couple of the other boys, not all of them, but a couple of them. This will be Gezatore's last game before he goes away with the Faroe Islands. Why not give him a start? Why not give him a start? Why not? He did play well in his first hour for the club. I thought he did play well. Artell believed he was the best player on the pitch. He was definitely one of the bright sparks for us, and I thought Jaden Luca was probably the best player on the pitch, in my opinion. But Geza was definitely one of the better players for Grimsby on the pitch. And, so it'd be good if we could maybe give him a start against Salford. Give Salford something else to think about, but we'll have to wait and see how that goes. I think this is a game that, like I said, Town need the response. and if we can get the response, then we could at the end of play find ourselves in the playoffs come the end of play on Saturday. In the meantime, though, if we look at the league table between the two sides, Grimsby Town lie in 8th place on 56 points. Salford lie in 11th on 50 points. So, and that's why I think, I think if we were to beat Salford, could we possibly make it very hard for them to make the playoffs? Who knows? But we have to focus. I'm sure they will feel like this is a must-win for them. If we look at the overall goals scored this season, we actually have a better attack. We've scored 51 goals this season to Salford's 43. And obviously, last time out, when we played Salford, it was a 2-1 win at Salford earlier in the season, back in September, I believe. If you look at the recent run of form between the two sides, one of the stats I'll give you is that they've only conceded 41, obviously to our 53, so they haven't scored as many, but they've actually conceded 11 less, so 12 less. There isn't much in the way of shots, altogether 294 to 302. Shots on target though, 145 to 149, and shots off target 153 to Salford and 149 to the Mariners, and 112 block shots for Grimsby and 149 block shots for Salford. And the passing accuracy between the two sides is very close, 69.32% for Grimsby with a 68.13% pass accuracy for Salford. And again, this is important. The points gained from a losing position is 12 for the Mariners, 8 for the Ammies, and points dropped from winning positions. This would be a promise, I think, for Grimsby. Grimsby have dropped 8 points from winning positions. Salford have dropped 13 points from winning positions. So, it's going to probably be a little bit alarming for them. Again, I think, I always say this, the first goal is going to be key. I really think the first goal is key. If you look at the recent form for the two sides, obviously Grimsby having that one defeat in their last 9, that was obviously on Tuesday. Notts County prior to that, they've beaten Walsall by 3-1. They've drew at struggling Tranmere, drew at Cheltenham, who have outside playoff hopes themselves, and obviously winning 2-1 at home to Fleetwood. Whereas Salford, their form has not been good over the last 5 games. It's basically been a 4-0 defeat last time out to Chesterfield at Salford. They also then got a 1-1 draw at home to Crewe. They drew 2-2 with Swindon, lost 2-1 at home to Bradford, and lost 2-1 away at Port Vale. So they haven't won any of their last 5 league games. Only 2 points in that time. But again, we can't take them lightly just because of that, because they still do harbour hopes of a playoff run. So, it's going to be a difficult game. No doubt about that. If you look at the previous meetings between the two sides, they've played 9 games. Grimsby have won 4, Salford have won 3, and there's been 2 draws in that time. Obviously, one player that used to play for Salford and used to play for us, a guy that everybody knows, former Mariner, of course, Manuel de Soroe, he actually was at Salford when Salford first got promoted up into the Football League, and everyone remembers Manny very, very well, and that's a former Mariner that's linked to both these clubs in previous games. Obviously, if we go back to 2023, the Mariners got a 2-0 win in August of 2023. Then they went to Salford in the first few games of Artel's run, and actually ended Salford's manager's time at the time with a 3-0 win in Christmas time of 2023. And then obviously last time out, a 2-1 win in October for the Mariners at the areas where Luca Barrington got his two first team goals for Grimsby on that day. And it is 3 straight wins for the Mariners then. Can we make it 4? We'll have to wait and see. Here's a few stats about the game. After winning just one of their opening 6 Football League games against Salford, Grimsby Town have won each of their last 3, which I mentioned there, against Salford. And like I said, there they were there, 3-0, 2-0 and 2-1. Salford City have won 2 of their last 3 away league games against Grimsby, only losing 1 of them. And that obviously was obviously the game at the start of the 2023-24 season. So 4 goals in each of those victories. So Salford kind of like playing at Blundell Park, really, when you think about it. So again, that's something else that we have to take into account. Salford do like playing at Blundell Park, so we'll have to see how they get on. Grimsby have won 5 of their last 6 league games, played on a Saturday, drawing 1, despite conceding exactly 1 goal in each of their last 5. Again, that for me as well is one of the only real blemishes I've got at the moment is, one basically still not enough clean sheets for me, quite enough, but if we could tighten that up in this running, who knows? But winning 6 games played on a Saturday, I mean that is a real good omen. And if the Mariners can keep that up, they will at the end of the day be a playoff team. No doubt about that. Salford have failed to win any of their last 5 away league games, drawing 2 and losing 3, last enjoying a longer winless run on their travels between January and March of 2021. That was when they lost 7 games, a winless run of 7. So that's something that Salford are going to want to try and stop. But I think this is going to be a difficult game to pick. Like I said, Salford have not been in great form. So much so I can tell you the actual overall form in the last games in general for Salford, that is, it's loss, draw, loss. And so they haven't won any of their last 6, losing 4 of their last 6. But that, in a way, could make them very dangerous. And that's why we can't take our eyes off them, which I'm sure Artel will not do that. I'm sure the lads won't. But, sometimes fans can a little bit because they're on a bad run. we've got to make sure that bad run continues. Now I've gone about score prediction. What do I go for here? It's difficult because I don't know where to go for clean sheet or not. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win for Grimsby Town over Salford. They have got some dangerous players though. We have to take that into account. And but I'm saying a 2-0 win. Who am I going to score? Who's going to score? I'm going to say if Geza plays, I'll say he'll get his first goal, and depending, I'm gonna go Danny Rose because he's so dependable. That I'm gonna say Rosie again as well. So Turi and Rose, I think. So a 2-0 win for me. Let me know down below what you think the score is going to be for the game. And let's hope that, we can bounce back from the game on Tuesday night. Play like we did in the first half. I think we could easily win the game. So like, share, subscribe, comment, leave your predictions down below for me, and in the meantime I'll be back with a review of the game and hopefully celebrating 3 points with the Mariners. Until then, guys, by the way, if you see me at Blundell Park tomorrow, please do come and say hi. I will be there, so do come and say hello, and we'll have a chat and see how nervous people are getting, shall we say, as the running progresses. In the meantime, guys, I will see you with a review of the game. In the meantime, up the Mariners, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.